So it's not bad at all. We're getting near it. Oh, Lucian! We could just throw him out and kill his wife. Am I gonna... Sonic, we do it. We throw him out, we kill his wife immediately. I don't want to do this, I'm such a cruel bastard. But hello everyone, Gomez here for the LAN Up channel. Again, another deck for you today. This one was actually, I just really wanted to build some kind of Undying deck with Kindred. So this is the Undying Rally deck. Let's get into this. So as I said, this is the Undying Rally deck. Now, I did say that I really wanted to build a deck which had Undying and Kindred in this, just because the idea of obviously slaying something, like killing this multiple times and getting things marked. Admittedly, in all the games you're going to see, because I did stream this live on Twitch, all the games we didn't actually get to the point of needing Kindred, and that is because we actually had the early game support coming off of Lucian, and that ended up just becoming like a far more like outweighing the need for Undying. The comedy was that this deck actually started off as a really stupid idea, and the idea was basically running Kindred with Jarvan, and running Kindred with Jarvan and using Cataclysm, and obviously using his, once he leveled up, using that Cataclysm to work on the Undying yet again, just so that you are doing more damage into the opponent's stuff, and then potentially trying to level Jarvan up, because nobody really wants to block the Undying, but if you start forcing it up enough, then the idea is there. But the thing of it was just a little bit too slow, so we ended up removing Jarvan. We removed that package entirely and decided, you know what, let's throw in Lucian. Lucian gets that quick, he's off the mark and doing that damage, and he loves things dying as well as Kindred loves things dying, so it just seemed to make a bit of sense, and actually ended up working out really well. Now, I'm not saying this is the most, the best deck to run, but it definitely is a really powerful deck to run, and the magnificence of running Mask Mother with Undying is actually unstoppable. The idea of it's another thing which kills the Undying, but if your Undying is at a really good spot in terms of its health pool and attack pool, boom, that immediately goes into Mask Mother, +2/+2, obviously coming off of its original stat line, and Fearsome, as well as, so it becomes actually a really big trade unit, or just a really big Fearsome unit, which is really hard to deal with, and that synergy between those two works really well, as well as obviously if Kindred's on the board marking something gloriously, but you've also got that ability of continuously rallying and hitting forward with your Undyings, and then a Ruination to completely wipe the board both sides and then go forward into your attack turn with no defense, just with a bunch of Undying. So actually, really powerful deck, and I really did actually enjoy the games that this deck did. So this is what I'm currently running. There's many different ways of killing the Undying and killing it for draw, as well as the fact that obviously you can use these options to potentially kill Senna if needed to instantly level Lucian on the turn. But obviously it depends on what's going on at that exact moment in time. But really fast deck, and honestly, I said, a lot of fun. So as I said, this deck was streamed live on Twitch, so shameless plug time. Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram. If you didn't know already, I am live on Twitch on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. So you want to come catch the action live, please feel free to, as well as the fact that there is the Discord link down below. Lovely Discord community that we're building there, so if you want to get involved with that, a lovely set of deck builders. We have a monthly games night and movie night, so if you want to get involved in that, have a good time on the mic as we watch a terrible film or play some games together. The option is open to you guys. I always love giving you guys your options, as well as that if you make any changes or run this deck, please let me know how it goes for you down in the comment section down below. And just thank you all, honestly, thank you all so much for the support. The support that I've been getting on this channel has been overwhelming. I do have an end of year goal of hitting 5,000 followers / subscribers on YouTube and Twitch, and I said YouTube has already smashed through that 3,000 mark, so we can get there, people. We can get there together, and honestly, thank you. This channel would be nothing without all of you and the lovely community of people that we are building up around this channel. So honestly, just thank you all from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. And you're allowing my dreams to come true. So without further ado, let's remove the sappy stuff. Let us get in and see how this deck did in a couple of matchups. The idea, I thought of an idea. I thought of an idea of using those two together, because obviously Lulu buffs the early units such as Valor or Fleet Feather Tracker to go into trades. And then from doing that, you are then there is actually potential synergy between those two. So I love the fact that my opponent is going for it. I feel like I might have to play Lucian. I mean, obviously we might see Lulu. We might see Lulu next turn. And obviously I gave them the option to develop to potentially remove Lucian right there. But it's okay. I could have gone with Stalking, but I feel like we go with you into Ravenous Butcher. We want to be... Cataclysm coming at me. Nothing I do about that. I was honestly actually expecting Lulu to drop this turn, but instead we'll just go with a Billy Big Bollocks damage move. Billy Big Bollocks damage move. We do actually still have a draw maneuver next turn or Stalking Shadows, so we could actually leech on top of the Hapless, or we could just force in the damage. You know what? I'm willing to force in the damage. So part of me is considering actually throwing you down because they won't be able to defend that easily. So, and then just going forward, just trying to put the pressure on. So if they go forward with that scout move, we throw the spider in front. Obviously, they could have a Cataclysm. Obviously, they could have a Cataclysm. We want to be forcing that, and then Sonic, I just want to be pounding the pressure in right now. They've got very little. I mean, obviously, they could have a Notify, but we just go. We just go. We start just trying to pound the pressure in right now. Pound the pressure in, and then just go forward again. I can do this. We go forward again. I mean, we've even got the Ruination move, but we immediately go forward before they can develop, and that's boom, instant lethal going in there. We have to force it out. We now have an Undying. What are we actually up against? That would be an idea. Blood Stash, okay. I'm weird to keep one Stalking Shadow. All the Undying. We've spent so long trying to find Undying, and now we find all the Undying. Still no move yet. We could actually go with the Stalking Shadow to see whether or not we miss everything. Good to know. Sad Poro emote, but it's all good. It's all good. These times do happen. So we want to throw out the Undying, going into Ravenous Butcher. Could throw down a Leech or could throw down a Chronicler. So willing to accept this. Could throw down a Leech or a Chronicler. I'm actually more tempted to go with the Chronicler at this moment in time, because that way it's giving another Undying on the field of play. And we're starting to get those pursuits, which will start to mean they have to do things. Like, they can't just allow continuously just... Brom is on the job! We could go forward, but we would be giving them, number one, toughness, and number two, like... It feels like I wait. It feels like I wait, and then we go forward all the time. Start trying to pound at the gates. Potentially we're going to be seeing a what's its face right now. So potentially what we see here is a transfusion or troll chant or none of them. Okay, I was honest to God expecting like troll chant or something. Okay, you know what? Let's just go. Start forcing them to have to do something about what's happening. Go forward with everyone. Start forcing it. Stand behind the broom. So start forcing them to have to do something about it. We go again, Sonic. We go again. At this point, it's like, nah, we go again. It's fine. I can keep doing it. I can do this all day. I can do this all day. Let's keep going with the Undyings. Trying to force down. So they're willing to take the damage now, and then we can go forward again. And then go forward again. Question is here, do we want to throw down another Undying? Oh, Ruination is going to become such a good move for us. So we'll throw out all the Undyings. We've got no defense. The best defense is a good offense, right? It would mean that they'd get this up. It would mean that they get that up. But I'm willing to accept. I'm willing to accept the options here. Whether or not they go forward and open, which will just be 10 damage, or whether or not they decide to develop it anymore, we will find out. If they decide to develop, like, all this is 10 damage right now. I mean, that has become a lot of damage, but you've spanked your load too soon, Yugi. You've spanked your load too soon, as we now remove the field of play and allow the Undying to shine. Shadow mode to my opponent. Shadow mode to my opponent. Going in there at the Scargrounds, they've spanked their load too soon, and now the Undyings can go get him, Undying. We could also rally if we wanted to. Shadow mode to my opponent. It all goes well in the end. So, I want to keep the Undying. I want to keep the Undying. We're against like a really good dragon deck with Ione and stuff, so they could have some denies and whatnot, but I'm willing to see how this goes as we throw down Lucian, potentially. Right, so we now wait for the attack. Obviously, they might just pass themselves. They could very easily just pass. If they go in for the attack, so we want to throw down Lucian going into Senna, because then if they single combat or something, at least one of them levels, they would be killing Lucian so that we don't get obviously a champion level. But
I've always got your back.
Feel like we do this, see whether or not they throw out a way of killing and their swords or whatever it is called. So I'm thinking to myself, we could just straight up kill Senna here. Oh, we do it. Sod it. I'm such a terrible person for just wanting to hear Lucian scream as he loses his wife. Right, we go forward. We go forward because they have, like, they could, like, they might not block. But one would assume that they block. Could have technically thrown this forward, but I mean, they would have just got a really good defense off of the Protégé, which is why I consider just, like, leaving this as it is. But they've got which is 8 damage unless they block. The option to block is yours. So just accepting the 8 damage. Technically, actually, could we just butcher and go forward again? Because he leveled up from that, so wouldn't butchering just mean that he rallies here? So immediately rally and we go forward again. Forcing the pressure, because right now, although I could have used that in a far superior way and used it on Undying or something, I'm willing to do that. So they're going to be getting rid of Lucian, but I was willing to just try and force out a little bit more of their resources. Oh, hard the cards. Hard the cards, Yugi.
I am always here when you need me.
I could still Undying and then still use, I mean, yeah, I'm okay with this. Allows me to go in with this. Use this over here to kill you, thereby keeping Lucian alive, doing enough damage into you that you can't just block Lucian's double attack. You're gonna be going back next turn, I mean, this is all worked out so well. Lethal on I'm getting close to lethal. This is a good time. It's all going well. Like, the heart of the cards is with me. The heart of the cards is with me. Do we just immediately go forward here?
Burn away the shadows.
I feel like we just immediately go forward. Obviously, they could have Concerted Strike. Concerted Strike is an option. Potentially, maybe we don't just... Oh, no! I was gonna go back and play another Undying, see what we got from Stalking Shadows, because I believe that if there was a Concerted Strike, they could have found ways round. But honestly, GG Shadow Mode to my opponent. Quick games! Okay, oh! Tree Man with Birdman. The Birdman is going to rest in the tree. So I expect to see the Scarab. I feel like this is going to be, because obviously the Scarab, every single time one of the ephemerals is going to be dying, it's actually a really smart way of using that. Every single time one of the ephemerals is dying, that's going to be coming at me. Maybe I'm going to keep single combat. Part of me is considering keeping Ruination to deal with what could become. But I'm going to leave it for the time being. That might end up being the biggest regret. That, honest to God, might end up being the biggest regret that we didn't just keep that Ruination to, if they develop in a certain way, to be able to deal with. But I will see how we do. It's gonna be okay. Willing to pass so that I can Undying into potential glimpse. So willing to accept 1 damage. Yeah, we can throw down the Undying, and then from that we could single combat or glimpse. It's most likely gonna be glimpse, let's be honest. But if they throw down the lifesteal unit, it could end up being single combat. See what they get? Who do you find today? Oh, Deus. Okay, nice. So, immediately go forward with this. They leave it, so we just want to get draw. Forcing this up. Start to try to find, like, because obviously if we get to 4 attack, if we get to 4, oh, there's a Ruination. It's all coming together. But as long as we can find a way of getting, I mean, another Ruination is like, if they get to Maokai, read like things, the ability to potentially single combat him off the field of play would not be a bad one. We could actually go with this. Mask Mother's not a bad thing because Mask Mother then means we can go against the, so just doing that, getting the kill on the Undying and getting the stats up so that they can actually compete with the Sandcrafter. So if they go forward with the Sandcrafter, it's like, you can do that, but you will be sacrificing them to the Shadow Realm. Whoa! Okay, so they want to be seeing, their Birdman or Tree Man soon. I mean, I feel like we could actually even just single combat this, but I kind of want to leave the single combat for when needed. Like in terms of the fact that we can use it off of the Undying, so I'm more willing to wait for that.
What nightmares fear.
I'm what nightmares fear. We do still have that single combat move, and as well as the fact that it will be really good against Tree Man / actually Azir himself as well. So that's why I kind of don't mind leaving that move back. Ah, I see that you have the lovely lifesteal unit here. Forcing like the harder attacks first and like the one that they're probably not going to want to defend with like furthest away. So we go. Obviously they could still throw like you in front of center. Like they could throw the Sandcrafter in front of center. But if they did that, I said we could technically have used it. I mean, they had an option there. They had the option there to potentially remove center with the Sandcrafter, but maybe they were expecting a little bit of trickery. I'm willing to at least go with this. We still keep the single combat move open, so it's not bad at all. We're getting near it. Oh, Lucian! We could just throw him out and kill his wife. Am I gonna? Sonic, we do it. We throw him out, we kill his wife immediately. I don't want to do this, I'm such a cruel bastard. But we do it, we get the level up. Means that now we have the potential of rally on our opponent. So, for all we know, they might be holding... Actually, no, they can't Ruination, don't worry about it. So, we can kill the Undying, be it through this or... My name will echo throughout the ages. You say these words, my friend, but you're nowhere near your level up. Admittedly, going forward would be a big help. Kill the Undying here, allowing us then to immediately rally... Oh my god, there's more rally moves, more rally... Oh, I mean, it's all coming together. All the pieces of the puzzle are coming together. What we could do here is single combat you, so you can't trade the Lucian off. So single combat here just to stop the Lucian trade off. This also is fearsome, meaning that he can't actually defend. So meaning that Azir himself can't actually defend against this. Single combat, so don't even, the Mask Mother doesn't even need to take damage right now. Our opponent is flailing. They're trying to find ways like sheet, as we literally just, you know what, we start just pounding the pressure. It is time, it is time for David Bowie and, it is time for David Bowie and Freddie Mercury to get on the microphone and start going, under pressure, pressure, pushing down on you, I mean, we just immediately go forward now. Like, we go whoop and then immediately go forward because they've got very little that they can do. Obviously, actually, yeah, we leave it as is. There is ways that they could have like a vengeance, but that would be spanking all their mana on that vengeance. There's a lot of other threats going on right now, and yeah, even if not, we have a rally in our hand. We've got a Ruination. It's all coming up, Gomez.
Stay dead.
What should we call you? Rest in peace. I mean, we could call it Rest in Peace Center. It's pretty much what this deck is. So, Twisted Fate with Vi. I want to keep my single combat option open to potentially kill Twisted Fate. Ruination is actually going to be very good against Vi as well. So, oh my god, it's a Timelines deck. Is this actually going to be where the whole plan is to use... so, it's a nav deck. it's a nav deck that's working off of still trying to use like Riptide Rex to then go into potentially the 21% chance of hitting what's their face, Dreadway. Happy to accept this. Wouldn't even mind doing that trade. My part of me just wants to go into Undying and then go into, I mean, we've got so many different Undying options now with the fact that we've got Ruination slowly but surely. So they're building. They're building on me. But it's okay, I can accept this. Willing to do this block. We could technically single combat here, but or do we want a single combat? Potentially single combat. I won't mind doing the single combat move. Obviously, I was considering keeping it for Twisted Fate, but I'm willing to. Now that I know that I've got Ruination, I honestly don't mind. We'll go like this. We could Butcher. Could even go for the Chronicler actually right now, which is not a bad plan. So obviously, I said we might see Twisted, but we know that we've got that Ruination move that's coming up as well, so it's not looking too bad for me. Willing to go forward with both of these because this would trade here. Let's see what they've got. Oh, gotcha! Well played on the gotcha! So still go forward there. We can grab this Butcher. Getting rid of that timeline. So they're not having to refill that hand right now. It's okay because we still have defense. We still have defense. We're starting to get up those Undyings. And as I said, at any point if we see Vi, then Ruination just becomes like the main game plan there. Stalking Shadows feels like the best move. We could Mask Mother. Ah, the Skull Crusher. I mean, it's Bone Crusher, but I keep calling it the Skull Crusher. Could do that for big boy stats. Willing to see what we can find here first. Ah, I see. More Undying options. Willing to go view for big stats. So, could just trade. Could just trade this, because I mean, admittedly, at this moment in time, you wouldn't be able to defend yourself against that. If we could find a single combat or something, then potentially. But I'm willing to accept this. I'm willing to accept this trade-off. I know that there was probably better ways of doing that, and we probably should have waited. Blah, 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 blah. But I'm willing to accept the decisions that were made here today. Mostly knowing the fact that I'm going deep in on the Undying here. Very deep in the Undying. We've not even really seen Kindred. We've not even really seen Kindred working that much for us, but we're getting closer and closer to turn 8. Kind of want to release some mana. I might go for a glimpse, but I might as well do the attack. I might as well do the attack before going in for the glimpse move. So, it's all good. It's all good. Glimpse going in here, because next turn will be, we'll be on turn 7, so as long as we've got 2 mana, it leaves us with the option for Ruination. So if we see Vi or Twisted drop, then Ruination drops. We've got all the big boys. All the big boys in terms of which are Undying as it then goes into our attack move. As well as the fact that we've now got a single combat / even the ability to pursue. A number of different options here. A number of different options now open themselves. Oh, more single combats. This is like, it's like the perfect Undying deck. We just trade our way through if we really wanted to. Like, they go immediately forward. And so we can just go, well, I guess, the thing is, they don't even die right now. I mean, you're going to die anyway. We leave you. So we leave them with the defense of Jerry right now, then we pursue them. So we leave them with the defense of Jerry and then pursue. I mean, technically, I guess we could have spidered Jerry, but I like leaving them one Jerry. I like leaving one survivor so he can go tell the others. Tell the people what you have seen here today. We leave one survivor who now we will be. Ooh. Okay, they actually want to go in. I mean, oh, crap. That does make it significantly harder, because now that would be a lot of damage. We still do have. Okay, I'm willing to accept this because I can still glimpse. I can still glimpse whoever they're going for. So it's okay. It's okay. We are getting ourselves out of Ruination territory. I mean, I went a little bit too Billy Big Bollocks. I cannot lie. Billy Big Bollocks did enter the building, and he regrets his decisions. He regrets his decisions for entering the building. Okay, I can take that damage. Okay. We can at least now Mask Mother. So we have the option to now Mask Mother. I guess if we're gonna, like, you know, improve anyone, we'll go with you. We could see a damage into a Riptide Rex. Like I said, we could see a Riptide Rex move right now. Submarine coming at me. Could also use a Ravenous Butcher. Just to, like, you know, get the stats all over the shop. Meow, 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 meow. Big. It's big. So, as long as we're keeping the space. So, obviously, we've got 2 Undyings down. So, 2 Undyings are coming back. So, as long as we keep the space for them, every little thing is going to be alright. Every little thing is going to be alright. The best one, God. So we could technically throw down this Undying. Actually, no, we can't because we haven't got space for it. If somebody dies, then we can throw down the Undying. Okay. Now that you're dead, now we can throw down the Undying. So, throwing you down. We do have, I mean, okay. It's actually my attack turn. For some reason, I thought it was my opponent's attack, but obviously it's because we rallied, wasn't it? It was because we rallied. Or did we need the Chronicler? Did we need the Chronicler so we could defend ourselves better? That's probably going to end up being what I should have done instead. If we go forward into this, we're just helping the Overwhelm. We're just helping the Overwhelm unit. So, I guess we wait. I guess we wait! But okay. They can go forward. Marvolio, the great magician!
I am the great Marvolio!
He is the great Marvolio! So, I mean, we have to Ruination. GG to my opponent. Obviously, if they would have gone immediately forward, we could have defended the damage. We would have been perfectly fine and then still done that Ruination move. But Shenimote to my opponent. Shenimote. It's all gone well, and then we just go, all the Undyings come back to me. All the Undyings come back, and they're bigger than ever. And so it's just like, can you defend me? The ultimate question, can you defend me? And the answer is always no. So yes, that is the Undying Rally deck. Really powerful, really fast. It can get those wins in very fast if you start off with Lucian in hand. But to be fair, that is like most Lucian decks, so I'm going to be honest. But I do really like the synergy here and working with the Undying, with Kindred and that. Like the idea, the concept is really good. Now, I'm not saying, as I said, I always say that my decks that I put on this YouTube channel are never the epitome of what these things could be. Most of the time, they are diamonds in the rough, which need to be refined and polished. The concepts are there. They just need to be played on more and made like better. And obviously, like the lovely community of people that we have, there is always the option of doing that. So, as I said, if you haven't already, there's the Discord link down below if you want to join the Discord. If you run this deck, please let me know how it goes in the comment section. So if you make any changes, let me know. As well as the fact that all these games you saw were streamed live on Twitch. So if you want to come catch the action live for yourselves, link yet again down below to the Twitch. Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Just thank you all so much for the support. I hope you have a great day, evening, or whatever it is for you. And until next time, bye!
Flash of brilliance that could save me. Save me! That doesn't save me. Okay. Is there anything from you? Save me. That doesn't save me! Okay. Get rid of this and get rid of this. Find something that can save me.